today. What a fantastic bike. Hi then people, well for those of you who have not seen the channel before, welcome, and for those of you that are subscribers, welcome back. You joined me on my first proper ride on the RSV Mille 2002 model, and it's the first ride I've had on it in 2 months, and it's the second ride I've had on it in total. Not too shabby for a 20-odd-year-old bike. So I've got loads to tell you about today. Oh. There's shit all over the roads, unfortunately, and I've got brand new S22s on that the previous owner Richard kindly put on. So if you saw the video of me collecting this bike, stupidly in a way, I didn't test ride the bike. So I saw it on the owners club, and I feel I've got a list, but my bloody cheeks are pushed together on these cheek pads. Anyway. And you know, a bit of a lapse of judgment on my part, and I just said yeah, I'll have it. went to see it, yeah, no problem, transferred the money. Now, I had a very, very quick test ride of it when I came home, and it filled me with sickness in a way, because I'm riding down, just down my street, and I thought the bars don't feel straight. It was almost, I think I was having to go that way to go straight. And then when we put the handlebars straight, the wheel was really, really off. I thought, what a dickhead. So, there's a lesson in all of this. I got in touch with the previous owner, a guy called Richard, really, really nice guy, who was, well, quite surprised and shocked, I think, that it had happened, because he doesn't ride the bikes, he says. He gives them a full restoration, and then I think if he goes out on them, they get dirty and whatnot, and it needs doing again. So, yeah, and I tell you what, you couldn't pick a more genuine, likeable, and man of integrity than that fella. So, he thought, when I saw pictures of the bike, you've got these rings on these Öhlins forks, and you can actually set them and raise them and lower them. So 4 rings showing is the race position, which means the bike's a bit further tipped down, and 3 is kind of the standard road setting, which I'm in today, and the wrists are sore, put it that way. And I asked him if he'd be kind enough to change it from a 4-ring setup to a 3-ring setup. And I don't know whether he backed everything off it as the methodical way he would have done. I think he did you know, what's the word? He did a proper job on it, but it wasn't the technique he normally uses, I think. That's how I understood it. And he thought that might be the issue. So considering he lives 2.5 hours away from me, he drove up with his toolkit, and he spent hours on the bike. And I'll put a picture up. And we stripped I watched with a beer in my hand while he stripped the forks down, and put it all back together, went down the road, and, well, in fact I don't even think I did that, you could just see it was off, hadn't changed it. So again, he felt quite saddened and sick about that, and so did I. He then enlisted help from an independent specialist that he knows, thank you, who came up in a van, picked the bike up, took it down to the workshop to investigate it. Now before we did that, Richard kindly took all the body panels off the bike and stripped it down to loud exhaust, save lives. Not that this has got one yet. Stripped it all down just to save anything getting scratched in transport, just as a precaution. His mate had a look at it. Turns out, of all things, I was worried the frame was bent, the forks were bent, all the expensive jobs, and turns out whoa, what's going on today? Turns out it was just the bottom yoke. So he put new parts on it, and it was just a bit off or bent, having a bad day. As simple as that, but it was filling me with, well, I say concern, just annoyance that I couldn't ride the damn bike. So he covered the cost of that kindly, and then he drove himself all the way up again to refit all the body panels. So, you know, you can't ask for more than that in somebody, can you? And we keep in touch, and he's made some recommendations on a couple of mods for the bike. I think he's quite keen on keeping them original, but I put a 5-blade stand on the first thing I did, because the bike it looked like it was falling over, and bought some bits and bobs. Just spent £450 with AP Workshops and all sorts of bits. I bought a nice gold chain, new gearing, I've got a 44 tooth at the back and a 16 tooth at the front coming, because this is very hard driving around town. You're always feathering it, you can't get out of first gear. Oh god. What else have I bought? I I've got a new screen coming from France, a double bubble, went clear. Normally I go smoked with my screens, but I thought I'll keep this more original than not. I've put the tank Track Tech, I think, grips on the side. What else have I got coming? I've got loads of stuff really, I just can't remember what it is. Oh, battery cable upgrade, so they're thicker, so they carry more power to the starter motor and stop your sprag clutch getting all fucked up, I think it's a technical term. I bought the 150 amp solenoid upgrade, and I'm just waiting for the airbox mod. So I think they're trying to get a special dimensions made from K&N for the filter, and then you've got the bit that goes below the tank. So for the most part I've been riding like Miss Daisy today. We've got the new tyres on it and just getting used to it really. Feels very nosy, I think that's just because of the new tyre. Not complaining. Oh no, I've got a horrible bug there just right across the visor. One thing I will be looking to change is the rear sets. So there's a little lever down there in front of the right foot peg. I think it's a back brake, but whenever I press it nothing happens, so that'll get sorted. One thing I've noticed as well, you get a really nice bit of carbon fibre on the top of the dash as well, so I don't want to be covering that with a smoke screen. And the more I've been riding around today, the more I'm thinking how inconsiderate it is for everybody else to be on the road as well, and to be going so slowly as well. Dying for a piss. Quite easy to move around on the bike. It's been a hell of a long time since I've been to Devil's Bridge, Kirby Lonsdale. Ah, that's my kind of bike meet. Somewhere you can park. Nice and sore. Don't crash into another bike. All right. It's good to, I like the idea of just being able to do little bits and bobs to it, you know, keep it up to date and that. And
the only thing that's wet on that was the alternator on it, like the regulator rectifier and the alternator pads.
right, okay.
But yours is the previous model has a better system, I think.
Yeah.
Something like they upgraded the flywheel and nothing else. All they did was put stronger magnets in the flywheel.
Right.
Well, it has a habit then of burning all your windings out. It lasted 21,000, right?
No worries. Well, ride safe. Take it easy. See you later. Oh, here's a question for you. Do you know how you reset your trip meter? Can you remember? I've just filled up with... Yeah. No. There's about 5 buttons to press. I'll have a look at the manual when I get home, but... Right, yeah. First world problems, eh? No worries. Alright, take it easy, guys. Well, there you have it, guys. Two old men taking a piss out my exhaust. So, rightly so. We'll get that changed. I hope Grant's going to rustle me some food up as well. I'm going to go and see my mate now and his lovely little boy. Hopefully we'll have a bit of spirited riding on here as well, because he ain't really done any yet. What a lovely bike. I'm really starting to gel with it now. Fun's over.